We're checking into Psyck.
Psyck.
Yo, check it out. It's a sick discussion.
You tuned in to Sick Discussions. You are now listening to a Sick Discussion.
Yo, welcome back to another episode of Sick Discussion. We here with another fire episode. But first, introducing the crew, starting with myself. It's your boy, Reggie So Dope.
What up, it's Devin.
What's going on, y'all? This Marv.
And it's Sam Dink IV. You already know what it is.
Dope. And so today's conversation, we are talking about friends.
How many of us have them?
Friends.
The ones we can depend on.
Or can't.
Right.
Oh.
Or can't.
Or can.
For real.
And so I'm thinking about this friendship thing, right? Because there's this quote that I came across on Instagram.
Okay.
And it says,
What it say?
the words the words that escape a friend's mouth are, I'll be there when you need me. But the words that are unheard from a true friend's heart are, I'll be there whether you say you need me or not. And I'm just like, And so they got me thinking, like, is having friends even fucking necessary? Is it really? Like, is friendship really that deep? So what's up, man? Is having friends a necessity? Why or why not?
Take it away.
To me, having friends is definitely a necessity because just in general, like, you can't go through the journey of life alone, of course. Like, people need like companions. Let me speak for myself. Not that, anyway, honestly, it's honestly feedback, in my opinion. Like, you are very unique. There's only one you in the world, but the people that you have around you, like your closest friends, they are a direct reflection of you. Like, you're close to those people for some reason. Y'all may not be the exact same, but something about each person you're really close with, like your top five or whoever, it's a reflection of you. Like, you drawn to them for some reason. So definitely use your circle to do some digging deep about yourself too. It says a lot.
I feel that. I would say, is it necessary? I don't think it's necessary, but I hope I don't sound like I'm contradicting myself saying that it is important. Right?
No, that's a contradiction.
I don't think it's a contradiction, right? Because a necessity is a need, right? Important is, okay, cool. Like, this is something that will help, but it's not like I need to breathe air, but like, okay, I can, or I need to drink water, right? Purified water is way better, but I can survive off tap.
I kind of see what you're saying.
You feel me? Like, it's so look, and this, let me break it down, right?
Please.
Basically, social interaction is necessary for human beings. Like, we have to be social. We have to, like, talk to people, even if it's just talking to the grocery store clerk, right? But, like, people can find those connections within families and, like, romantic relationships and all those other, like, aspects of coworkers, whatever the case is, right? But you don't have to have, like, a group of friends, because all those things can serve as your social interaction need for the day.
Okay. I see what you're saying.
I see what you're saying. That makes a lot more sense.
Still seems a bit.
I mean, I disagree,
yes,
but I do see what you're
I think that
saying.
makes
The
more
definition
sense
of
than
importance
what-
is of great significance or value, likely to have profound effect, success, survival, or well-being.
Come on, definition.
Right.
So that
Okay.
seems pretty necessity to me.
Okay, I'm just saying. I feel like
No, but I do get what you're
but
saying.
yes,
No, I get that.
because like the important field that friendships do fill is like they're great for mental health. They're great for stability and like that whole support system that we all need.
Yeah.
That is completely unbiased. You know what I'm saying? Because like sometimes your family wants to push you in a direction, or sometimes like your significant other wants to, just kind of have this, expectation for you. Whereas your friend is like, okay, cool. I don't have to impress you. You just a homie.
And some people don't have family or a significant other.
Right. And so
when it comes to that.
And that's why I disagree. I feel like friends are super necessary because you should not expect friendship from every other aspect that you just kind of named, to be honest. Like, the relationship you have with your partner is different than what you have with your friends. The relationship with your coworker is different than what you would have with your friends. Like, y'all don't actually have to be like one massive group of friends, although friendships, personally to me, are better when when your friends are kind of in a group. But I do feel like you need friends opposite of all of those other aspects of your life. Because if your family are your only friends, who you gonna talk about when your family that got on your nerve? Your coworker? Shit. Don't think that's the right person. You know what I mean? Or when your coworker's on your nerve, you gonna take all that to your partner? Because now your partner like you bringing too much work to the crib. You know what I mean? So I feel like you actually need friends to where you can download all of those things onto them.
Facts.
And I guess you do kind of need an outlet from those spaces. So I totally that's valid.
Facts.
Valid as fuck.
Facts.
For sure.
Okay. And so, given that we all now feel like friendships are necessities, what the fuck makes a good friend? Because like I see that a lot. People be like, I know I'm a good friend. I need good friends. What is a good friend?
I think it comes with good friendship comes without pressure, or like expectation to like be this. You know what I'm saying? Like they're fully accepting of how you are, like how you come, how you present yourself, and like they'll support you through anything thick or thin. They're reliable, and they provide you, like they just give you a space that you can be in without judgment.
Okay.
I see what you're saying.
Anybody else?
Marv.
Okay.
I'm dead.
Okay,
This is
so
the
what
Marv
makes
show
a good
today.
friend to me, first off, there's different levels of friendship. I got friends I go out and kick it with, I go party with. I got some I just talk business with, some I talk like spirituality, mental health. So it just depends on what level of friendship I am with that person. And like you said, just kind of, like I said, I don't really hold certain expectations of people. I just trying to get like a feel for my friendships. So it's kind of awkward for me to answer like, oh, this makes you a good friend, this makes you a bad friend. Because I don't really like put expectations on friends. Like I expect you to be there every time I call. I expect you to talk to me every day. I expect you to come out and kick it every time I'm kicking it. So I would just say it's depending. I know like we going through our own things at certain times, but like just as long as we can communicate with each other and like we on the same page, we check up on each other every now and then, I feel like we straight.
Right.
Yeah, as long as we got open lines of communication, we honest with each other, we straight.
Ain't no problems.
Yeah, that's just how I view my friendship.
Yeah, facts. Definitely shouldn't have no expectation. Like, damn.
Well, I try not to.
I mean, of course,
it's not really about
not
that.
like I'm about to bash you behind your back to somebody else. That's clearly not a friend, but just like, not the pressure.
Reggie's over here making faces, so I'm gonna toss it to
no,
Reggie.
no.
He definitely got something that he's sitting on. He wanna share that shit.
I'm thinking, I'm pondering a bit because like, I think if you are a good friend, we don't create like a friendship contract. Like, here's what I expect from you.
Here's an NDA.
But but I do think expectations come with people you consider like, man, or he or she's a really good friend. Like, are you available when I need you? Are you available when I want you? Like, either one, depending on what's important to you, that makes you a good friend if you can achieve those things. Like, do you give me truth when I'm refusing to hear it from anybody else? Like, but also, do you gas me when I need to be gassed? Like,
certainly needs to be a balance.
And like, so I just think there's an expectation that comes if you're like a good friend. Again, it's not a contract, but I do think that there are expectations and there are boundaries set that like lets you know, okay, this is what good friends look like. This is what a good friend looks like to me, and this is what a shitty friend looks like.
True.
So
I guess
definitely agree.
It's all about the communication.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, that takes me to a point I was thinking about, because like you were saying, my friendships can come in waves. Like, there's a time and place for each friend, and maybe like a friend can be in passing. Like, you could have a friend in passing. Like, this was a good friendship for this time and period and moment in my life, and then now that is gone, and we're no longer like we still cool, but shit might have fizzled out. You know what I'm saying? Just a little bit, and it's not like there's any issues or problems. It's just like maybe we don't hit each other up as often.
To contrast to that, for being a bad friend, I think it'll be the quite opposite of everything else that we were saying.
Talking
honestly.
about as a good friend. Right.
Like not being available or not being a good communicator, just
Yeah.
not having that balance of the friendship that needs to be like maintained for like a healthy relationship, honestly, because all relationships need balance.
True.
Would you say being overly petty would be a characteristic as a bad friend?
Yes.
Yes,
Yes.
because that also leads to being toxic, which is something we discussed already.
Yeah. Right.
And so, like, to your point, and thinking about toxic conversation, I feel like you could be a good friend, right? You can fit in the box of these good friend qualifications we just said, right?
shit.
But you be negative as hell. You're a Debbie Downer, like
Starting shit always.
I mean, you are petty, or you kind of stay with some type of drama. You're available when I need you to be. Like, you gas me, you support me, but also you bring some negative shit to me.
Right.
Just as much as you bring some good, I think you could be a bad friend then.
Ooh.
Like, you can fit
definitely
all
agree.
I see what you're
all the
saying.
characteristics
Yeah, I
of
see
a
what you're
good friend, but like, fuck, you got an energy about you that's just like, ugh.
Yeah.
I've definitely had a friend like that I had to cut off after trying to like help them for so long and them not want to like help themselves kind of thing. Like, you can't keep coming to me and complaining about the same thing
Yeah.
and nothing changes, and it's been a year and you're still talking about the same thing from last year, and I'm just like, all right, well, guess this is it.
Yeah, like, where do we go from here?
We will not renew this season.
Contract expired.
And basically, that was because it was a problem that they had within themselves. It had nothing to do with you. It was just because
Right.
they were stagnant and they weren't in their divine empowerment energy or whatever the
Yeah,
case
and they
is.
just bring in all this negative energy
Yeah.
monthly,
Friendship.
and it's the same thing. And it's
Yeah.
like, I told you how to fix this already, and it's simple. So I don't know what's the disconnect.
Right.
So yeah, that was that.
Maybe it was hard for them to fix it though.
They're
But
still going through the same thing right now to this day. So I don't know.
Based on they
you don't deal with
tweets.
stagnation, right? You don't deal with
I see,
stagnation.
I ain't missing shit.
That's it.
You know what else? You know what else is like a horrible example or a great example of a horrible friend? Invalidation of like your feelings. Say like I come to you, or like it's a group of us or something like that, right? And I'm like, hey, this what y'all did made me feel sad and made me feel some type of way, and I'm letting y'all know this because I still feel that type of way, so we can correct it, because I feel like that was bogus what y'all did. And for them to like turn around and gang up on you, or for that person, whoever you came to gaslight you on some, you're being petty, like we didn't hurt your feelings, like you're just overreacting, blah 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 blah, like that's a perfect characteristic of a bad friend. Like that's immediate.
To
send off.
me, that's a characteristic of a well-whooped ass. Like, you're not gonna tell me
Right.
what I'm feeling
You
ain't
feel
right.
me? How you
Nah.
gonna tell me what I'm feeling not valid? You know, that's bogus.
Hey,
Time to throw
nah.
these bitches. Shoot the one, because clearly you don't give a damn about me.
Clearly.
I see.
Okay, all right. So let's make it a little personal. Would you consider yourself to be a good or a bad friend?
It really depends on the situation, because I'm kind of petty sometimes. So if you're being a bad friend to me, then I have no reason to like reciprocate more than you're giving. But I mean, I'm not gonna be too petty. But it really depends on the situation. But I think I'm a good friend when it's balanced. And
Okay, so what situations can make you a bad friend, Dad?
can I?
Yes. Let's go.
A bad friend?
I'm really excited about this conversation. So yeah, let's do it. Let's get into it.
I don't know. I need to think. Can I get a wrap around the
unpack.
table? Can we toss it tomorrow? I need a moment.
Hey, I saw it in his face. He was not ready for that question.
Unpack. Something's unpacked.
Okay. All right.
So I'll give them some time to think. I'll answer
Please.
the question. I would
Go
like
crazy.
to consider myself a good friend, but that's not always the case. Like Devin said, at times I can be petty, or there has been times where like I think with some of my closest friends we got into heated arguments, and that's when some things came out. Like, oh, you're this, you're that, and I was like, oh damn, I thought I was a solid friend this whole time. Like, they shouldn't have took us to come to an argument just for you to say this.
Damn.
But at that point, I feel like
They hit you with them haymakers.
yeah, not even like it didn't. I feel like it gave me some reflection of myself, but when it came to the time, like when we got to the argument, and then you got that out there, I feel like then I couldn't be a good friend to you at all if I want to be your friend still at all. I feel like we was actually solid friends. You should have told me this before.
You're saying you couldn't continue being their friend?
Depends on what was said at that point when they were upset.
Because for you to be a good friend, you would have to defriend them. Like
No.
on some, I'm toxic to you, so let me just step back.
No, not even that. I feel like if you have a solid friendship with anybody, there's gonna be good points and bad points. Like saying, if me and you cool, and it shouldn't take for us to get into a heated argument for me to tell you the things about you that I don't like, especially things that are like super low. I shouldn't be hitting you way below the belt, like
Right.
like your character
Right.
when we upset. Because then I feel like at that point we can't bounce back and be cool.
I feel like at that point, they weren't an authentic friend to you.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna say-
if they hit you with the low blows like that,
But I feel like some of the stuff they saying might be true, but I think it just took for you to get to that point.
right.
So I would say like, those are the times where I would say I wasn't a good friend. But
What's crazy though is that might be inauthenticity on them type shit. They're being fake from the jump. I mean, like if
Maybe.
you could have had some shit that was bad friend-ish to them that you didn't realize, but your intentions weren't to be a bad friend. And so being that they viewed it that way and they had all this built up like aggression towards you, like they could have said that shit from the jump.
maybe.
And for them to not put you on spot initially, that's not a trustworthy person. I mean, not to say it's not a trustworthy, but that they're not being valid with you. But would I consider myself a good friend or a bad friend? I feel like it's relative to the person in the situation. Like I was saying earlier, like people view friendships different type of ways. So like if I'm like, okay, cool, me and this person are cool, they want me to call them every day, like that's not, to me that don't seem like friendship. I'm not gonna do that. I don't do that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like I might go 5 days without getting on my phone. Like
Okay.
but like I also said, you know, friendships can be for a particular time or for a particular season. Like Devin was talking about, he was saying basically he realized that that person wasn't operating in their divine energy and their best self, and he had to like distance himself, because how are they gonna somewhat support him in being his best self if they're not being theirs? But to answer the question, I'm not gonna say I'm a bad friend. I think I'm a good friend.
Okay. Go crazy, Sam.
Reggie.
Go crazy.
Yeah, I got some shit y'all want to talk clearly.
No. I'm so fascinated with the concepts of friendships, right?
Yeah.
Because like I know I am a good friend and I can be a good friend, but I also know there are moments where I'm a bad friend.
Okay.
Like I get it. So like
So it works in.
and this is kind of why I put Devin on the spot actually.
Wow.
So like
Back
me
on the
and Devin have moments, bro, when we
Yeah.
know we're being petty towards each other. We will go a minute without talking. Knowing it's so minuscule. We like fuck dude, and we just be on fuck dude. Like shit, it was what was that, last week was when we finally talked again for like 2 weeks for real. We were whole recording episodes, handling business,
damn.
whole not being cool.
Oh, damn.
But it was so petty.
That's why Devin be getting on this bitch like, it's Devin.
It's me.
He be like, yeah, it's Devin.
And I'm just yo.
Like literally nothing's happening, bro. Like, oh, okay.
Devin like,
So,
bet we
there
about
are
to be petty
moments
today.
where I'm like, gee, we could easily talk this out or whatever.
Yeah.
But I'm like, fuck it, you gonna ride it? Cause I ride it
I'll
too.
ride
Let
it
you
till the
fall
wheels
off.
fall off.
And so there are moments I know I can identify like, hell yeah, I'm being petty, or hell yeah, I'm not being a good friend. But
Right.
like, I know deep down to the core of me, like I am a good friend.
Right.
And if I do think that if it was ever anything between any of my friends, Devin, whoever, where I'm like, yo, this is threatening to the longevity of our friendship, I think I'm really good at addressing those
Yeah.
things.
Okay.
I feel like it's all about the intention. You know what I'm saying? Like it's like I didn't intend to do anything to like disrupt your peace or like hurt you or anything like that. Like, so what are we arguing about?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Or if there's an argument at all. But I mean, also, I think that then touches back onto what I was just saying. Like, it depends on the relationship that y'all have. So clearly, y'all can be petty with each other and know that y'all will still be cool at the end of the day. So, like, there might be friends that you could be petty with and friends that you can't be petty with.
Facts. But like I think that is dangerous at times because like you don't know how far is too far. If y'all get in this rhythm or this pattern of like, all right, we're not gonna be friends or we're gonna be petty towards each other, you don't know if that person, things can happen in that person's life to where like this could fuck up the entire flow. Like,
so have y'all reached the point where it was like, shit, this about to...
Well, we're recording this podcast today, so I think we're fine.
Right, I think we're good.
Okay.
I will say though.
No, y'all was recording the podcast last week and y'all just started talking yesterday.
I will say, not to make this about me and Devin's friendship,
Nah, it's
but
cool.
like
Yeah,
I
bro.
will say the last time I think it could have gotten bogus because like he was dealing with some family stuff and things like that,
Yeah.
and then around the time we wasn't talking, I had just lost my cousin, and so like projection could have happened there. At any point, I could have been like, absolutely fuck Devin. He was not here for like a moment where I needed him.
Right.
You know what I mean? But like, luckily, I'm in a space mentally and like emotionally where I would never throw that on any one person.
Okay.
But like when projection can happen, or like you and a friend getting into it, and then you break up with somebody, you can easily be like, "No, fuck you. You wasn't here for me in this moment," and now a complete friendship is ruined because some shit that didn't really have shit to do with them. Y'all had y'all own shit, they
Right.
had another shit, and now because they got a double shit,
Right.
like, like y'all are
Double
bogus.
shit.
Y'all fucked up.
Motherfuckers constipated and shit.
You need the Pepto.
But that's good that you have reached that level of growth.
Y'all lost a lot of friends, bro. In life, I've lost a lot of friends. Okay, this is all
It's all
the hard
coming out.
way.
Look.
Right.
I'm speaking from experience.
Well, I
right
wouldn't say I
now.
lost a lot of friends. A lot of friends lost me. To be honest, and I didn't say
okay.
that on some arrogant shit. Like,
Trigger.
I thought that was your
Trigger.
hate. I thought you hated that shit. I
no,
thought
that's
you
why I
hated
had
that
that
word.
word, right? I'm not even saying that on some,
Trigger myself.
some big headed shit. 'Cause y'all see, I'm gassed up now.
Right.
My voice done went up 3 octaves. I'm about to get in my zone. But like, nah, for real, like, I know I'm a damn good friend. You know what I mean? And I also know that I make myself available. And we talked about the second chances, third chance, all that shit. So like, if you holding on to this space of not talking or mess or drama petty or just like not trying to find closure, I'm okay with that. You lost out, not me.
Yeah.
Right, yeah, because I'm moving on with my joy. I'm moving on with my joy.
Yeah, and we watch, man. We watch social media. We be watching motherfuckers we ain't have a good relationship with in a minute. Y'all still be struggling, tweeting about all types of X, Y, Z. Like you be going through it.
So you don't
meanwhile-
unfollow. You don't unfollow.
Hell no!
Hell no.
You about to catch this work?
I see the struggle. Look.
Gonna catch my new body. I've been working out.
Hey,
New glow.
that's all I
You
like to
finna see
the
this
struggle.
happiness.
The new
I'm not
glow.
blocking you.
I'm on a
Crazy,
boat.
right.
Oh,
I'm on the boat.
I'm not blocking you.
No. I'm not saying block. I'm saying
Just
do you
unfollow.
unfollow?
No.
They can follow.
nah.
You don't. But you don't unfollow because you want them to continue to follow.
Yeah, but also no. I also believe in second chances, bro.
Petty, low-key.
I do believe in let's give it some time and let's talk about it.
Right.
Told you, I believe in second chances.
Right.
So I'm not finna unfriend you, unfollow you, because in my mind, like this thing is not that big.
Yeah.
It was big in that moment. Let's give it some time to breathe, and now let's bring it back because I
Yeah.
believe in people. I believe
Yeah.
in second chances.
Right.
So I'm never gonna fucking unfollow you first. Like,
Right.
no.
Yeah,
the
catch
fuck
it.
why? We
Catch
still
this joy.
friends. We
Yeah.
just got into it, but to me, we still fucking friends.
That's crazy. So then this makes
You my
me.
friend by default. You ain't got no choice.
we friends.
That block button don't mean nothing. I'm gonna email you.
But not Pete though. This makes me think about. So you were saying a lot of people lost you, right? But now, like, well, damn, how do you? Now you're at a maybe you're at an absence of friends or whatever, right? Now you're trying to build more friends that you can be positive with, type shit, right? Because like that was dead weight. So now you need some new good friends or whatever. How do you build those friendships, those relationships?
Good question. Good question.
Send out new applications.
Okay.
Friend applications in my DMs. Oh,
Right.
Stop. No,
It's
I
my
don't.
DM over the friend.
So I do think the way that I build friendships is it has to have a purpose first. Like how do we bring value to each other? Either how do we bring value to each other or how do we bring fun? Value or fun. Like, so it can start out as like a mentorship, or it could just start out as we are just both like-minded, or I've seen you at a few of the, well, I can't say comedy clubs now, but like if I've run into you in some type of event that I enjoy multiple times, clearly we have a mutual interest, so we'll start from there.
Right.
Or if I see you at a few of the parties or a few of the kickbacks, Like, all right, clearly we have the same type of fun, so we start there.
You're saying consistently see you at a
Yeah, I have
food.
to see at
Not
least
like
3 or 4.
not like I know you and I see you at the kickbacks.
Absolutely
already.
not.
Right.
There are people I see at the kickback where I'm just turn the other cheek. Absolutely. So it's like I have to see you, and it's something about energy. Your energy just gotta feel good.
Right.
Like, I don't have to know your fucking name, but if you just look like you got good energy and there's consistency and where we at,
Yeah.
I'm gonna ask you, like, bro or sis, I see you a lot. Like,
Right.
what you do? Who you?
Right.
You know what I mean?
Who you?
I'm Reggie. What's up?
Who you?
What's
So
your
I
name?
think that's how I start. So it's either I'm seeing you consistently and feeling good energy in fun spaces, or I'm seeing you consistently and feeling good energy and like intentional spaces.
Yeah.
Okay.
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 I think also low key, maybe I meant build like so you cut the dead weight, but you build the friendships that you currently keep.
Oh, stronger.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Oh,
How do you
stronger.
build those up as opposed to maybe new friends, right? Because we could also touch on how to make new friends.
Okay.
But how do we build those friendships that we currently still have, right? And I know I'm gonna just go ahead and speak on it. Take it.
Go ahead.
To better cultivate my friendships, I feel like checking in is like a good thing, right? Even if it's not like we don't talk every single day. Like I'm gonna hit you up maybe once a week, maybe a few times throughout the month, whatever the case is, and just good conversation. You know, conversation with some depth to it and shit. And then maybe even planning something, planning like a little hangout or whatever we could kick it at and whatnot. You know?
So, Sam, pretty much what you said, I love it. All that stuff.
Yeah,
So,
yeah,
I
yeah.
love the way you build on your friendships you already have. So, personally, I pretty much just be more attentive and like be with more intent in the conversation. I'm sorry, not conversations, but the friendships I already have. So like you said, reaching out, having more purposeful conversations. I have friends I talk to every day. I have friends I talk to probably once or twice a month. So like you said, definitely reaching out, checking on them more. But when I do, definitely making sure like what we're talking about has like purpose. It's not just like shallow
Right.
bullshit talk like, oh
What
shit,
you
what's
doing?
good? Yeah, what you doing? I've been watching Netflix. Like, nah, I
hate
want
My
Yeah.
whole
to.
saying.
Yeah, like I ain't talked to you in 2 months, and this what you hit me up with. Like,
What's going on?
Another 3 weeks before you hit me up. So I just be trying to like be very intentional with the things I reach out to my friends and talk to them about. Like you said,
Yeah.
we don't even gotta like kick it all the time, but like when I do reach out to them, make sure like I'm being genuine, like talking shit that I know like matters to Devin. Like we joke the way we joke, or like we joke the way I joke with Reggie. We just have serious conversation. So just definitely playing off like the friendships more specifically. I have friends I'm super silly with, and some I'm like we don't joke around that much. So just being more aware of the
Talking
friends
about no
I
jokes
have,
over here.
Right.
and just building from there.
Yeah, I definitely agree with just personally like building friendships. I've had one of my best friends I've known since kindergarten, talking about 1999. Like at this point we don't have to like talk every day. We talk, sometimes we fuck around and talk every day for like a week and then go back to like, all right, I'll talk to you next month. But it's not like purposely we take
Yeah,
that much
yeah.
time. But
Yeah.
like I've known you forever. Like when we check in,
Right,
we
yeah,
check
yeah,
in.
yeah,
Like
yeah.
I know you good. If you need something, hit me up. If I need something, I know I can hit you up. So it's
Right.
like those kind of friendships are very important.
True.
Definitely.
True.
Facts. This is good stuff about like building those friendships. Like I personally don't believe in like trying to fix what's not broken. And so like if our friendships are in a good space, I'm not even thinking, or at least in my mind,
Right.
if they're in a good space, I'm not thinking like, oh, I haven't talked to so and so in a
Yeah.
while. It's just whatever. But like one thing I do is Right, I don't want to say it too fast.
You know what?
I already gave a double shit reference. I can't go do that.
I'm dead.
But if I think about you, I legit hit you up.
Oh, facts.
Or if I see you on my timeline and I haven't talked to you and I'm just like, oh, we ain't talked in a minute, I will hit you up. I am not one of those people who will think about a person and just be like, oh, well, until next time. But like, I see you on my timeline, and I ain't seen you in a while, and I'll just scroll past your picture. Like, nah, like, one, I'm gonna give you that double tap. Go ahead with your algorithm.
Right.
But like, I'm gonna hit your line.
Yeah.
And that's the type of friend I am. Like, I have met thousands of people in my 27 years of living, almost 28. Like,
Go crazy.
I'm not thinking of all y'all at the same time. I'm just not.
Right.
You know what I mean?
That's just
And so,
impossible.
Even my closest friends, we got like group chats where it's just a bunch of us, like the whole damn gang. And believe it or not, the whole damn gang ain't even in the chat.
Right.
You know what I mean? There's at least 6 more people I can personally think about that we actively kick it with that's not in that chat. So it's like, if I think of you or if I see you and you jog my memory, my thought process, I'm gonna hit your line. Okay. But like, I do not be sitting in my living room like, man, who haven't I fucked with in a while? Like, it doesn't happen.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Even when it comes to like thinking about a friend, sometimes when I'm thinking about somebody, they fuck around and hit me up, and I'm like, what the hell's going on?
Right. That's divine intervention right there. That's divine intervention.
Like, I literally just thinking about you. What's good?
Those are the best moments when you shoot them a text and they texting you and y'all like, what the hell?
Hey, I was just talking about you, John.
What's going on here?
For real.
Okay, so we talking about building friendships, right? So I want to go in a complete opposite direction.
Okay.
Because it was stated like, right, sometimes people are in your life for a reason or for a season.
A little bit of parsley.
You know what I mean? And so like sometimes relationships run their course. And in my perspective, if y'all don't create a new reason to still be connected, you have to let that go or it will get toxic. Just in my mind. So like some of my friendships, right, we are in it for life. You know what I mean? So we know like it's not a set goal list or whatever with our friendships. We know we're going to hang out. We know we're going to talk. We know the types of things we can talk about. If there are things we can't talk about, we know we can ask like, yo, look, you got a moment? Like in the friendships that I have, we know that we can take these friendships as far as we'd like. Yeah. However, there are some friendships that start to become a bit toxic or a bit draining.
This 2 weeks.
Right. You know what I mean? So it's like it's time to let those friendships go. Right. And so when is a time that y'all actually had to let go of a friendship?
I addressed one earlier in the episode, so I'm gonna just pass it to someone else. Unless y'all want another story.
You never went into detail.
Cancel that.
Right, instantly. I'm trying to think. When was the time I had to let go of something? Really, I feel like if there's a problem, if there's a continuous problem that just gets presented to me, like, oh, you're not reaching out enough to be a friend or whatever the case is, like. So you're bringing this negative energy here. It's like, all right, cool. Well, maybe we just don't need to be friends then. Like, we can't get on a similar accord with how our friendship can operate. So then we can just not be friends, and that's fine. And it's
life,
right? And that be it, you know. And I definitely like. It's crazy because that can be said, and then people can reach out like months later, like, yo, I was XYZ. I was thinking about you, blah blah blah. Yeah. Red. Left on.
Okay, so I just want to be like, yeah, reconnect. They talking about red.
I mean, left on.
So that's when your petty come in.
I mean, that's just. Let's say I just drew the line in the sand. Like, if we're not gonna be friends anymore, like you took it there, then we can take it there. I don't think it's a matter of being petty. I think it's just a matter of being adults and like knowing that this. Clearly, you know what I'm saying? Boom.
Come on, this is it.
Right.
We're done here.
Okay. So it's time to let go of a friendship when the communication, y'all can't agree on the communication.
Yeah. I mean, I won't say necessarily that it's the communication, but just like how the friendship can operate. If it's not operating, if it's constantly operating in some like, this is a problem, it's like, yo.
If they always like hit you with, you never check on me, or
we
like
gotta continuously
we never hang out, and then they don't like try to hit you up to hang out kind of thing.
Not yet, maybe. It could be. It's just more so just like not even okay, dang, you ain't hit me up to hang out, or dang, you ain't hit me up in a while, or whatever the case is. It's just like you're starting some shit. You're starting a problem, and this was supposed to be cool, and it's not cool no more. But you know what I'm saying? Sometimes that person can be the initiator of that. Like, I continuously have a problem with things like maybe we shouldn't be friends. Okay, maybe you got a thing going on there. Like, let's cut it.
Snip, snip.
Snip, snip. Damn, that just sounded so serious. Like,
I mean, you cutting off somebody. Like,
You said I cut off
I said,
somebody?
I mean,
I mean,
you talking about? I mean, the topic we're talking about is serious. So I expect you to be talking.
well,
serious.
yeah, I'm just saying, like, in the situation that people just consistently create some bad energy, it's like, this shit not vibing no more.
I agree. I definitely agree.
Yeah.
Okay, so
And my friends.
Swab, when is it time to let go of a friend, man?
If it just feels too forced, like if
Right.
I'm literally sitting in my phone, like if I'm looking like Reggie, and it's like, what do I say to him? Like I haven't hit Reggie up in 2 weeks. Like how do I get back into having conversations? Like if it starts to feel kind of like awkward and too much pressure, like
Yeah.
to even like just maintain this friendship, like
Right.
okay, like let me reevaluate who this person is to me. Why are they here? Like because it shouldn't be like that much pressure. Like you said,
Right.
sometimes with like mentor mentee, like those are different type of relationships, and they can grow to become friendships. So you have to be a little bit more intentional, like with the way you start conversations, the way you're
Right.
approaching them. But if it's just somebody you met out one night,
Right.
and like y'all had a cool night, and then it's like, how do I keep this going? Like, should I invite
Right.
them back out? Then it's like, okay, maybe we don't need to be cool. Or if it's like just overly petty. But honestly, the crazy thing about me, like some of my closest friendships today, I thought were friendships that were gonna end. Like,
Really?
whether we just like drifted apart and stopped talking for like
Yeah.
months to like years. Like, and we just came back. Like, I don't know. I honestly, like the people I talk to this day, I'm like, how did we meet? Or like, how did we start back talking? Like, I know we started talking about
Not
a year or
Marv thought
two.
he was gonna cut me off.
No,
I'm here.
Like we just always come back together somehow. So it's like, even though the friendships I thought like, okay, we not really cool. Like, let me put some space between us.
Right.
Like, I think it was like literally like God meant for this person to be in my life. Like we're closer than ever now.
Right.
So those are the ones I pay really close attention to. Like maybe I don't need to let this drift apart again.
Yeah.
This-
But yeah.
Go
I
ahead.
was gonna say what's interesting is that had happened to me in Suave. Like leaving undergrad somehow whooped our ass, and at least whooped my ass and like drove us apart. You know what I mean? And we went years without talking.
All right.
And I'm trying to think, how the hell did we even start talking
Start
again?
back. I have no idea.
I don't know if this was through like social media, if it was just a random hit up.
Like was we out together somewhere? Like, I don't know.
I do remember we definitely went on a walk around here, and that's when we finally just kind of downloaded everything.
Okay.
We was out till like 3 in the morning,
just
4 in the
talking.
morning, just
Just
talking.
kicking and talking.
But I still don't even know like what led
To that point.
to that conversation.
Yeah.
But now we back better than
Look,
ever,
right,
to
on
my
the
knowledge.
Put down.
Right, so that's dope.
I feel like that makes me
Yeah.
think of something. It's still on topic, but I don't think we like addressed it in our pre-roll or whatever. But it's like to define your friendships, right? It's like you can't call everybody a friend.
Yeah.
You got some people that are just associates, or some people that want to be more than friends, that want to come in your life and say they're a friend, or whatever the case is. It's like you got to know how to define that, and so like and address it too. You know what I'm saying? And I mean, I'm not posing you guys a question here saying like, how do you define it, or how would you bring it up, or whatever the case is. Just something that hit me, and I was like, everybody should be mindful of this, like just to put this in the recording here. You know what I'm saying? In the space, like, yeah, you need to know who you can like at what line is cool. This side is friendship. This side is associate.
Right. Right.
I think it was kind of hit on earlier, and
Yeah.
I think it's super funny because earlier we were talking about like, oh, we don't really got expectations of our friends, but believe it or not, your expectations is that line in the sand, right? Between associates and your actual friends.
Okay.
If I don't have expectations, not like, again, it's not like a written list, a contract, but if I don't have expectations like of you, like, or we're associates. We can't be friends. You know what I mean? It's not like I'm like, all right, remember those expectations. But it's like, bro, when we in public, I expect for us to like have a good time. Like I expect for you to not get into it with the waiter unless they are really bugging. I expect for us to understand tipping.
Right.
Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, so there are these expectations. And when like y'all can't have those levels of expectations, then y'all can't actually be friends.
Okay.
Okay, I mean, I feel that yeah. I guess that comes into like sort of a like-mindedness, because like you were saying, basically, you know, don't start no shit, won't be no shit with the waiter, and know how to tip. But I mean, that's just kind of like, I don't know. I would see that, okay, cool, you're an adult now, because I'm an adult. We're both adults. We're both 26, 27, 28, however old we are. Like, you should do this accordingly, because But I see, right? I mean, like minds congregate, right? So, like, yeah, I guess that is somewhat of an expectation. But I feel like, well, okay, I'll validate that. Yeah, I concur. Okay, that's a good point.
So earlier we were like, we don't have expectations,
Yeah, I guess
and that's why I was kind of
yeah.
getting.
But I would,
like, 'cause
yeah,
we
I mean,
really
I
do.
wouldn't think that my friends would do that. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Because, and I mean, I just
And if
didn't
it
think that
happens
would
when
be
you're
like,
hanging out with somebody,
Right. You're like, what the fuck is going on?
right.
if you hanging out with somebody and they grind your gears, you're definitely like, we are never hanging out again. This is the
Again.
last time I'm hanging out here.
But also, like,
I'm
if
going
that's,
home.
if that's your friend who you know what I'm saying? Like, if that's your friend, that's your person, that's your people, you know what I'm saying? Like, you just know that they're going to behave this way. So then it takes the expectation off because you just know that they're cool with you and y'all just going to behave this way. It's no pressure.
Okay.
You don't have to act, you know what I'm saying? You acting how you act because I know how you act. And that's why I made you my friend.
No, I feel that. But also with those friends, you know how and where and when you can kick it with them.
Right.
Yeah.
There are some friends I will never go to a restaurant with. And there are some friends I will
but
never invite to a
and they're still
kickback.
your friends,
in
though.
the food.
They're still your friends.
And they're still my friends.
Right,
Because
so-
there are expectations. And when I know you do not meet those expectations, you are at a
Compartmentalize.
just a,
you compartmentalize the friends.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Friends.
right. True. Okay.
absolutely.
So what's our next point?
So this is we've been talking for a minute, and I don't want to overload people with info.
Right.
And so let's start to bring this thing home,
Let's
right?
take it home.
So let's just say like I'm in need of new friends.
Yeah. Okay.
I don't know how to make friends. I don't know shit.
Yeah.
I'm brand new, novice.
Friend.
Right? What advice do y'all have for someone in need of new friends but don't know where to start?
I would say find like-minded individuals that have the same interests as you. Because if you're trying to be friends and like force friendships with someone you think is cool, but you necessarily don't have anything in common with them, then it's just like not gonna work at all.
I love that.
I love it.
Okay. Okay, real short, to the point. Okay.
point. You know
Sure.
me.
Definitely actually touched on a point I was gonna give. I was gonna say just stay true to yourself when you are looking for friends. Like don't try to fit in with certain crowds. Don't try to talk a certain way, dress a certain way. Like don't be real trendy. Like just if it feels
Just be
forced, yeah, just be you. Like the people that's supposed to be there, they're gonna definitely fall into your life. They're gonna fall in line.
I think that's an interesting topic that we touching on as our last point because I mean, just as someone who is, I've graduated high school, I've graduated college. I'm like 28 now, so I don't have the confinements of school that I have to be at 8 hours a day. And typically, I'm not gonna be like, oh, my work friends, like, let's be cool outside of work. Like, not really. So I think the actual action of trying to make new friends requires you to put yourself in a similar situation as school. So like choose an activity. Maybe if you like doing flag football or riding a bike, join a club, do something that creates some common goal that requires you to put yourself out there into a network of new people that forces you to achieve a goal. Maybe you're playing football and you got to score a touchdown. So now I got to talk to you. I got to work with you. Well, then now we won the game. So now let's go out to drinks after. Now, okay, cool. Maybe I can hit you up in a couple days. We could chill because we had such a good time at the drinks. So bet cool. Now we friends. And that would be my manual to like, boom, step by step, get you some new friends.
The Sam Dinkavi.
I love that. The Samuel steps.
Not the Sam steps.
But so the advice I would give to someone in need of new friends, right? One, remove the old ones. Right?
Completely?
You got to, because if you're taking it, you keep looking around and none of the friends that you have are giving you what you need.
I hate y'all.
Especially if like you've had conversations like, oh, I feel like I need to be doing more, we could be doing more, whatever.
Right.
And these friends are just completely not serving you, cut their ass off.
Right.
Like, so that's for one. Two, send that DM, sis. Send that
man,
DM,
go
homie.
crazy.
Like, there are people, and not like on some trying to get on that. You got to be clear in that DM. If there's somebody who looks as though they have a mindset that you want to be around, or they have a lifestyle that you love to acquire,
right?
You know what I mean? Like, send that DM and make it start as a mentorship. Not one of my mentors have ever just left me off to the side. Like they have always, when we've been clear on my goals, they have always been intentional about inviting me into spaces to where I could grow my network.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So like send that DM and start that mentorship. And your mentors can start to put you in spaces that people who are like-minded like you will start to exist.
Next podcast, how to find a mentor.
You see it. And then, like, for real though, that work friend, as long as y'all the same type of black and y'all have a moment where y'all can realize y'all are the same type of black at work,
Oh, yeah.
y'all will be the best fucking
Yeah,
friends.
no, that's just not my case. Like literally nobody in my, you know.
That's why I
say
saved it
If
for the
you work
smaller
with
titties.
Sam,
Y'all not friends.
Y'all not
niggas.
friends. Y'all acquaintances.
Nah, niggas. Whatever it is.
I'm dead.
But I think we should go ahead and wrap it there.
Facts.
That was a super, super dope conversation. We thank y'all so much again for tuning in. And as always, you know, the world is sick, but good conversation is the cure.
Sick.